This is Invest Now America, and I'm your host. This podcast is going to be a little strong. It's going to be short, succinct, and strong. I am speaking to single black mothers, but anybody can learn from this. I recently read an article where it stated that within the black community, that the net worth or wealth in comparison to the white community is substantially lower. And people talk about the racial wealth gap, and they claim that this has this and that to do with slavery, Jim Crow, racial discrimination, etc. My personal belief, very strong belief based on my experiences, what I've seen, what I know, what I've researched, what I've read, at one point that is just not the case. I believe that the reason between any type of racial wealth gap that exists between white folks and black folks has nothing to do with systemic racism, foundational racism, institutional racism. It has everything to do with not enough black folk are financially literate. Many times they don't even know what in fact constitutes wealth or net worth. They can't define it. And then when they do try to define it, it's completely wrong. And then if you don't know how to define something, if you don't know what it is you're pursuing, what it truly is that you're pursuing, then 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get it. If I say to you, go get this mallard duck, and you don't know a mallard duck from a dog or from a feral cat, you just go out there and look and just hope you hit it. You have to be able to define what constitutes wealth, what constitutes net worth. 2, you have to be able to understand clearly why wealth and net worth is important. 3, you have to know with great confidence that if you're functioning within the free enterprise system that exists here in the United States of America, you can build wealth. It does not matter if you're black or white, male or female, young or old, ugly or pretty. You can build wealth. It's science. It's really mathematics. And as you know, math is the queen of all sciences, including the science of getting rich. Listen carefully to what I'm telling you. Now, let me bring this back. I'm saying to black women out there who are mothers, single mothers. You basically by yourself raising children. Oh, yeah, you got some guy who every so often comes in the bedroom and hits it real quick and hits it real good. But he's not husband. You're not partnered together. You're not in a covenant relationship working together in building wealth for the family. There is a difference. There is a difference. And it's a very important one. So again, I'm only talking to black mothers. Single women, single black women raising children. You can build wealth. But you got to know what constitutes wealth. You need to be able to define, well, what is wealth? What is net worth? And then you have to understand the very simple principles, mathematical principles, that allows you to build wealth. You have to understand the concepts and really grasp those concepts. Live those concepts on a daily basis. Yeah, every so often you're going to mess up and slip up. No problem. That happens. You think some of the greatest athletes in the world always had a perfect day every day? You better go on somewhere. But they had that discipline. They had that knowledge. They had that passion. They had that drive. They knew what they were driving for. They knew. They could clearly define it. You could have asked Michael Jordan at any time in his career, What is it you're striving for? What are your goals? Boom, he tell you. Tiger Woods. Boom, he tell you. Warren Buffett, Peter Lynch, Ray Dalio, Tony Robbins. These guys, I'm telling you, they can define wealth. They can define net worth. They can define what it is and give you general principles on how you can achieve it, accomplish it. And you will see, oh, wow, this is basic math. And you will also see there are no institutional, legal, or legislative obstacles to you building wealth. Not one. Not one. Not one. Oh, I'm not sitting up here saying, oh, you can be as rich as a Jeff Bezos or Warren Buffett or anything. I don't know if you can be, but I do know you can be wealthy. I do know you can build a high net worth. And I do know there is no get-rich-quick way of doing it. There is none. It's not going. It's not the lottery. It's not getting pregnant by some professional athlete. It's not by slinging dope. It's not by hanging out with dope dealers. There is a simple, effective, math-based approach to you, black woman, single black woman, to building wealth. I want to say this too. All you black mothers out there, single black mothers out there, and you say, hey, I really want the best for my child, and I love my baby and all that kind of stuff, you're lying if you are not working right now to establish a custodial account for your child or children. You need to go to stockpile.com right now. And by the way, this is not a paid endorsement. Stockpile.com is not paying me for this. You need to go to Stockpile right now and build and start a custodial account. You need to go to Ameritrade.com and start a custodial account for your child. You need to go to Charles Schwab right now, look him up on Google or Yahoo, and start a custodial account for your child right now. That is, if you're serious about laying the foundation for your child to become wealthy. No, I'm not saying, get them into rap music. I'm not saying get them to playing basketball or football. I'm not saying buy them, lottery tickets. I'm not saying, let's get in a car accident and make some false claims. None of that. I'm saying, first step, start a custodial account at stockpile.com, Ameritrade, or Charles Schwab. Listen to my other podcasts, and I tell you what books to read. Listen to my other podcasts, and I tell you when to go to my Facebook page, Invest Now America. You get more information and how to put your child on the path to wealth. Net worth, high net worth. That is if you're serious. And let me take you back to the beginning. You single black mothers, you have to be really in tune with the national black wealth building movement that is occurring in the United States of America today. You need to plug into that. You need to listen. You need to learn. You need to read. You need to do some research. And I'll go into that later, more detail than that later. Okay, this is Invest Now America. I'm your host. More to come later.